today I'm going to be doing a new rebuild series with Arsenal, and Mr. Rebuild is back in this series. Of course, reason why it's taken a long time for some FIFA content to come out is because FIFA was effectively broken, and when I say broken, well, it just wouldn't, well, you couldn't really play with it, really. It was just a stupid game to play. But it seems like there's been a fix, and the good news is that fix effectively allows me to play the game as a game. So that's the good news. And of course, given that, okay, well, we can now do a rebuild series. So obviously, we're going to start our first rebuild series, part number 1, with Arsenal. Intention is to win the Champions League, a part of this whole rebuild series. We're going to do 3 seasons per part, so obviously, let's say we win the Champions League by season 3, which I doubt, because you can just see how weak this team is. Well, put it this way, you know, it would be amazing if we did win it by season 3. You know, the Champions League, which, as I say, I doubt we're going to win by season 3. I think it's going to be a lot longer than that, and yeah, we've got some serious heavy recruiting to do, even if we want to win matches. Now, up front, I'm feeling okay with Lacazette and Aubameyang, both in the central strike position. I've changed up formation, as you've just witnessed, into a 2-4-4. Defensively, we've got some decent defenders. Socrates, David Luiz, and Bellerin, but I feel like these 2 positions are going to be our immediate targets. Obviously, given it's Arsenal, it's not going to be easy, you know, based on, you know, how much money we've got, but it should be easier than other clubs. We got 115 million here, so let's go out and let's buy some players. Big focus for obviously this rebuild series is the transfer windows, of course. We do not play a game until obviously we've finished, obviously, well, until the Champions League final. But yeah, you know, so first man on my mind is Arnold, because really, thing about Arsenal is, well, there's a good squad there, but it's just a bit weak, really, and what I'm going to hopefully do is bring in, like, maybe 2 or 3 good players, yeah, and try and get in a decent squad. Go defensively, and we got to aim big, as well, do bear that in mind. So yeah, I want to get some decent players in, obviously, the squad. Should we look at Luke Shaw? I think we should. Luke Shaw's a very good player, one of the best left backs that will be in the game. Obviously, I'm going to stick to players I know. Do bear that also in mind. So, you know, if, let's say, I know a player that, you know, fits into my squad philosophy, I will try and buy them. Don't get me wrong. Like, you know, overall, like, you've got to aim for big players as well. Like, you know, Rodrigo, let's look at him. He may be good. Like, he scored 3 goals in his debut Champions League, bearing that in mind. Djokovic, or Jovic, seems okay, 83 rated. So yeah, you know, whole point is to try and look for some big players. Yeah, and hopefully we can do just that. I don't mind taking a player on loan, so long they're at least half decent. You know, but yeah, it depends who we get on loan as well. I'm not going to just take anyone for the sake of taking them. But yeah, you know, overall, I think that we're happy with so far the players we've shortlisted. Should we skip forward a day? Yeah, we'll skip forward a day. So we're actually, well, it won't take long to load, sort of thing. So next match is actually, you know, against AZ Monaco. Let's see how we do. with this new formation, and we actually won the game then there. So a debut victory as manager. So Arsenal fans will be pleased to see that, I'm pretty sure. But pretty sure they'll want to see some spending. Now, it doesn't matter, okay, by the way, who, let's say, I buy, if that makes sense. So long I can afford them, I don't really care. So Arnold current value is 28 million. We're going to offer 38. See whether or not 35 actually. See whether or not. Cause we may have to pay a bit more because you know obviously it's Liverpool. You know they're a premium club. You could argue they're the champions obviously of Europe as well. And obviously right now on track. Okay, I'm not going to say they have won the Premier League, but are certainly on track to winning the first Premier League. Actually. Maybe the first major English titles for 30 years overall. So let's try and also aim for Robertson. Also, he's only 25 years old, seemingly looking like one of the best current left backs in the game. Gonna probably have to go a bit more higher with Robertson. Go for 60 mil. That should then leave us with a bit of money. In fact, we can afford Robertson by the looks of it, so things look good. I'm going to go 65, obviously, go a bit more closer to what they demand, and they've accepted that. So, effectively, we've already fixed, in my opinion, two key areas that we were aiming for already in Season 1, which are the defensive positions. We brought in two very world-class players that can, in their position. Two medium young players. Certainly Arnold is more on that younger side of the pond compared to Robertson, but of course Robertson's still 25. That's still you know what, you can get 10 years out of a player that age, you know, really, if you think of it. So you know, 25 years old is still a very, very young age for a player of Robertson's calibre. So yeah, you know, overall, bringing in Robertson to Arsenal, both offering 5 years. They're going to be very crucial players, Robertson and Arnold, especially Arnold more so, because obviously Arnold, well, I can guarantee we can get 10 years out of him. You know, for the next 5 years, Robertson will be certainly a key player, but beyond that, how key will he become, or how key will he be, I really, really don't know. Now, I may try and persuade or try and get a loan for Rodrigo, you know, in the left wing position. Then we maybe could go to a 3-4 something or something like this. So we go for a 1 year deal. Let's see if we can get maybe a loan for Rodrigo, the left wing, of course. So yeah, you know, overall, yeah, let's see whether or not we can get Rodrigo. So just go wait for Rodrigo's reply now. But yeah, already, as I say, this team looking, well, it was looking okay, but it's going to look all of a sudden a lot better in a minute when we bring in some of these players. We're going to kick Chambers out of the squad for now, or into the squad. So we're basically kicking Chambers out. In comes Arnold, and of course Robertson will be playing in that left back position. So as you can see, that is looking a much more solid defence already all round. Socrates, David Luiz, obviously these two, we'll have to get replacements for them at some point in this career mode, but of course it's already looking a lot better. And if Rodrigo comes on that year deal, okay, he's probably someone who, you know, I may play a 4-3-3 sort of formation or something similar to that. We'll soon see. But yeah, of course, right now it's looking very good. Obviously, so far we've got better defensive certainly players now. You know, certainly for not just near future, but also for the long-term future now. So yeah, you know, quite excited already. Just waiting for Rodrigo's response, whether or not. And Rodrigo has been loaned in. So that's very, very good then. So, right, going to have to look at formation then. And players I certainly want in this squad. I don't want Aka or that guy. I think we'll kick out Godzino, keep Pepe. I think we'll go to a 3-2-3. Can we do that or something similar to that effect? Let's have a look. Don't want a 3-3-3. Just want to maybe something. Yeah, that is probably more what we're looking at. So I think what we should do, Nelson on the right. Pepe will come down to the middle. Obviously Aubameyang. Silbrosis. And then we'll play, of course, Rodrigo then. So I think that's already looking somewhat better. Do we need Kolesnik in the squad? No, probably not. So right, that's going to be our bench, I think. Unless there's someone probably missing. Let's have a look. Where's Torreira? Is he actually in? Got Mustafi. Could we have Mustafi on the bench? Probably not. No, don't want Mustafi. Right, I'm actually confident with that actually. So that's going to be our squad and our formation for the entire season. Hopefully, the aim for this season is, well, I haven't really even set a goal yet, but I don't know I don't really know where we're aiming for, but so long we don't probably win the Europa League, I think we can, or certainly close to that of effect, and otherwise I'm not really too sure what we're aiming for out of this first season. Now, when we get to the midway point, we do have to renew contracts. Do bear that in mind. But yeah, as I say, I'm not too sure what we're actually aiming for this season. Certainly Europa League semi-final or even to winning, of course, I think would be a result. Can we even, you know, make top 4? It's going to be difficult. I don't think it's going to be easy. But if we can win against Newcastle, Burnley, you know, these teams, make sure we don't drop points against the teams we should be winning, I think we stand a chance. And if we maybe get a point at maybe City or Liverpool, we're certainly looking a little bit better than just a chance. But yeah, of course, yeah, we got a decent team then, I think, personally, going into this first season. Obviously, it's a bit slow. Obviously, I do apologise for that. Because obviously, yeah, FIFA can be a slow game, especially FIFA 20, I would say. But, and we'll see how long it takes us to get through a season. So long we don't go over the hour mark. So we started this video at, let's say, 4:30. So long we don't go to 5:30 or beyond, really too long beyond 5:30. I'm satisfied that is long enough per video, shall we say, in these rebuilds. So hopefully we can fit as much content into that as possible. And see where we end up. So I'll pause the game mid-season just to do player renewal contracts, of course, because we need to renew maybe a few contracts mid-season. I don't know. But yeah, you know, hopefully there won't be too many to renew this season, as it's our first season. As we play Frankfurt, hopefully we picked up a win. I will show you results from each half of the season, of course, and show you how well the team's done. It will also be showing myself, really. But yeah, as we sim time forward, obviously, hopefully we can get some good results. As I say, the target for this season is to win the Europa League, and maybe sneak into the top 4. But I think that's more of just a maybe, really, because this Arsenal team, it isn't by no means, you know, the best team out there. Personally, I think Arsenal's got one of the worst squads right now in English football. Like, as in the Premier League. Overall, like, yeah, it's just not squad. Hi Chelsea forever. I presume you support Chelsea, just like myself. I'm actually a Chelsea fan, so in a way, I am playing with the Devils today. You could argue, because yeah, Arsenal. Well, I don't mind Arsenal actually all too much. I'm not gonna lie, because Arsenal are one of them teams that I sort of have a bit of a soft touch for them. I don't know why. Maybe Arsenal have achieved more. Well, they have achieved more than other teams. I certainly don't like Tottenham. They are the worst team, in my opinion, in the whole of Europe, in the whole of England. And right now, I think it's quite funny what's happening to Tottenham. They're basically imploding in on themselves. And I think there are now 19 or 20 games since, or 19 defeats or 20 defeats so far in 2019 as a whole, as the years gone by. So they've had a lot of defeats this season, Tottenham have, and their form is probably one of the worst also in the Premier League overall. So, obviously, as I say, if you enjoyed the content, please subscribe, leave a like on the video, and obviously I'll release more content so long I know you guys are happy with this content. And yeah, hopefully you are. That's all I can ask for as a YouTuber or a, you know, person. Anyway, we're getting to now close to that sort of contract renewal date that I've set, which is, I believe I set for the 31st of December, and we'll renew the player contracts and all of that. So yeah, hopefully, you know, many players will stay. In a way, as I say, FIFA's been fixed. This is why I'm now releasing these, or going to release these rebuild series. But there are still problems with it, don't get me wrong. So even though it's been fixed, it's not been, let's say, fixed to a level where I would be satisfied still with the game. If I bought it brand new. Second hand, yeah, great game, but yeah. Anyway, so we got a win on the opening day. And we got 2 wins. Big defeat against Liverpool, actually not that bad. 3-0 win away, 2-0 defeat against Tottenham, 2-1. 2-1 defeat against Frankfurt, okay. 3-0 win against Villa, 3-1 against Sheffield, a 1-0 defeat against Manchester United, 2-0 against Standard, 1-0 Bournemouth, 3-0 Sheffield, 2-0 Millwall, 3-0. So doing well in the Carabao Cup. 1-0 Wolves, 4-0 Palace, 2-1 Gumbers, 1-0 defeat to Leicester, 3-1 win to Southampton, 3-1 against Wigan. Okay, so we're doing very well in the Carabao Cup. We're into the semi-finals at least. 0-0 against West Ham, 1-0 against Standard, 2-0 win against Man City. Okay, that's a big result for us. 1-0 against Norwich, 2-0 against Everton, a 2-1 against Brighton, 4-0 against Bournemouth, and a 2-1 defeat against Chelsea. So Chelsea do defeat us then there. And overall 7th, only 7 points behind top 4, which is a lot closer than what Arsenal are doing in real life, in all fairness. Still not the position I guess many Arsenal fans would want to be in, but certainly a lot better, I guess, in real life. The position ain't, of course. Position is a lot worse, but yeah. Even though, bear in mind that Arsenal also hasn't played all their 20 games yet, or up to this level. So yeah, overall I'd say we're doing okay. Let's go into the squad hub, renew some of our players. Contracts, of course. So Macy, give him an extended deal. As I say, hopefully we don't have to renew too many of these. Hopefully they're pretty easy to renew. Of course, can't renew this guy's deal. nor Rodrigo, so gonna have to unfortunately stay with them. Don't want to come out of squad hub. Need to go back into that as we're renewing their deals. So I think we're more or less almost done. I think we are yet. So otherwise, everything's looking pretty good overall. So obviously Rodrigo probably won't be at the club next year. But at the end of the day, we've given Rodrigo some play time, we shall say. So a very tough semi-final. But anyway, we'll skip all the way till May the 18th for now, as obviously player contracts have been renewed, so we don't actually have to, you know, do anything now, to be more specific, because basically all the players have got their contracts renewed or are in contract, the ones we mainly want for next season to keep. So overall, really, yeah, you know, it's more or less, we don't really have to do anything extra really, which is okay by me. I'm more than satisfied. So, obviously, hopefully the second half of the season, we'll pick up a few more points. Obviously, as you can tell, first half of the season, I wouldn't say bad. Out of 10, I'd still not rate it. I'd probably give it a 7 or an 8. I'd be if I was a manager of Arsenal right now, I'd be actually fairly satisfied with that, because, right, let me just work out how many points that is we're picking up from each, let's say, 12 games roughly on average. So if we do 39 divided by 2, so that's about 19.5 points every 12 games. And if we divide that by 12, that's about 1.6 points every game roughly we're picking up throughout the course of the season. We got up through our group to the Europa League round of 32, which is obviously a bonus. So yeah, that's a bonus. We've obviously, well, we're certainly on track to get into the top 6, I would say, if not top 5. Possibly we can get into the top 4. Wouldn't put my heart or all my money on that. But you know, we're looking fairly good so far. We've had a good first, let's say, half of the season. Let's see how his second half all shapes up to be. Hopefully we will beat Ajax in the round of 16. If not, we're heading home. Ajax were in the Champions League, weren't they? Not sure. Hopefully the tough match Ajax would have been. Hopefully we would have had the players to do it and get us through that match, and they did. So we're into now the quarterfinals in Europa League, so things are looking rather good in Europa League, of course, right now. But I'm not sure whose goal backs are, how good they are. Hopefully they're not as good as Ajax, because, you know, Ajax are tougher, I would have thought. Next, I think we got Silva or something. Not too sure what the actual team name is, but I'm pretty sure it's Silva. Because it's not Valencia. I definitely know that. So I'm pretty sure it's, yeah, Silva or Silva, or however you pronounce it in Spanish. So, can we get into the Europa League final? And remember, if we win the Europa League, guess what? We're heading into the Champions League next season, and we have, so we can play that match as it is a big final. I will play it, okay, for the purpose of this video, and then we'll get on with next season, of course, once we've played that final. So probably actually, when I said 3 seasons, I'll probably do 2 seasons per video, actually. So, yeah. So let's see how the second half of the season's been. So, right. Since that, obviously, Chelsea game, 2-1 defeat, then 3-0, 2-1, 2-0 loss, 2-0 loss. So, January, a bit tough, overall for both league and matches, in the cups, but 1-0, 1-0, 3-1, 2-1 defeat, but we, I presume, won away. 5-1 loss away to City, 2-0 defeat in the FA, 2-0, 2-1, 3-1, 2-1, 2-1 win, 3-0, 1-0, 1-0 defeat, 2-1 win, 2-0 defeat, 2-1 loss. So some pretty mixed results in the second half by the looks of it. 2-1 win against Sevilla, 2-1, 1-0, 1-0, 3-0, and a 1-0 win to top off the season. So, yeah, we got into the final of the Europa League. I don't want to quickly see where we finished in the Premier League, sorry. Don't really matter too much. I don't think we would have gone into the top 5 with them results. Hopefully we finished 7th. No, we didn't. We finished 8th, so, yeah, we dropped certainly 9 points in there. Roughly, or 10 points then. So yeah, would Arsenal fans want us to be sacked? I'm not too sure, like, you know, but thank God, you know, I'm not, well, thank God I'm not playing this in real life. I don't know whether or not we would have been sacked if we did this. I guess the Europa League probably took a lot out of us during our campaign, but of course, if we win this match, we do get into the Champions League. So, in fact, this is a must-win match for me in a way, to sort of give myself a bit of job security. But anyway, so we'll see our starting 11. Red versus blue. I think that's simple. The colours don't really collide, do they? Obviously, yeah. I want to see. Do we have Rodrigo? We do, but he's injured, unfortunately. So that's why we can't play Rodrigo, unfortunately. So yeah, we'll have to start that squad. I'm happy with that to a degree. So yeah, overall, it's been a good first season to a degree. We've got in some good players, that's one thing, or positive. We just really need to bolster our now attacking front, I think, and midfield. Maybe work on defence slightly. Problem is, with Arsenal, it's a real tough one because, you know, as I say, Arsenal are, in my opinion, the worst team you could ever do a career mode with right now. They really are. Like, because, not being funny, okay, and be honest, okay, with yourself, especially if you're an Arsenal fan, you may only have 1 or 2 good players in Nicolas Pepe. You may have a good player in Aubameyang and Lacazette. Defensively, you're pretty weak. David Luiz kind of towards, I'd say, the end of his career now. Certainly no real top team would have him, if that makes sense. Like, certainly not. I don't think he'd ever get back into that PSG squad. He certainly would have no chance at Barcelona. So yeah. Anyway, so obviously, hopefully, we can win this game. To top the season off, and to give Arsenal the first trophy. And already Patrick Aubameyang getting the ball, but unfortunately it's not gonna come to anything. So Romeo Lukaku
Well, night games, European football, where does it get? Must score!
Good shot, but unfortunately,
really
Leno
Position,
comes
everything
to
right
Arsenal saviour here. Knocked over by Bamian, but another shot and another miss.
Power was there, but not the direction.
So David Luiz.
Andrew Robertson. It's with Dani Ceballos. Nelson. Good use of the ball, but can they trouble the defence?
Oh, Patrick Aubameyang skips through the defenders, turns. That's a penalty,
Oh, he's given it.
and it's a huge moment for us now
In front.
to take the lead in this Europa League final.
Well, I like that, Derek. Good refereeing.
And
Nice and strong.
it's a
told the
huge
player
moment.
Exactly what he was thinking.
Can we make it 1-0? No. Nice save by the Inter Milan goalkeeper, who keeps the ball alive, and very good save.
Nicolas Pepe. Oh, that's a
So,
splendid piece of challenging.
not bad from Inter Milan. So Inter Milan, I would say, have started maybe the better team, certainly keeping the ball and possession-wise, but I feel like we've been a bit maybe stronger, a bit more clinical going forward, which could be
and what a loss for the club that is bound to be.
good.
Well, legend is a very overused word in my book in football, but this guy deserves that label. He'll be sadly missed next season for sure. How do they make up for him not being there? Looks like the transfer window for me.
Lacazette.
Oh, a perfectly timed
Nicolas
pass.
Pepe, can he get a goal?
Still
No,
alive.
not quite.
Smuggled
Won't be
away.
Nicolas Pepe who takes that,
Nelson.
unfortunately.
Well, they must exercise
Pepe.
caution standing up as they are.
To
Right, superbly to take back possession.
So,
It's been pretty well impossible to escape all the news stories surrounding him ahead of today's match, and I think many will argue that his performance levels have dipped a bit of late. How much of that comes down to where he's actually playing on the pitch, Lee?
Well, probably all of it. To be fair, he's been very vocal with the press regarding how he feels about playing in that position, but
oh, come on, this is now getting
He's on the
silly,
referee to take action, potentially.
quite frankly.
And the referee has determined that that is a bookable offence.
I don't think you can think anything else after that challenge.
Lacazette. Oh, nice ball over the top to Chase. Well, sadly, from his point of view, wayward to say the least.
Well, it's a shocker. I wasn't very good at heading, Derek.
So,
but I could
quite
have done better
frankly,
than that.
honestly can't be happy with the Inter Milan sort of sporting conduct, I would say, going on out there right now. Lots of fouls. That's 2 fouls, 1 penalty and a yellow card for Inter Milan. That's been sort of given to us. Yeah. So overall, it's been a bit of a dirty first half, I would describe so far. It's not been the cleanest of first halves I've ever witnessed from the Inter Milan squad overall, but nonetheless, very good going forward. And here comes Leno, comes to Arsenal save once again. This time, actually, really, if he wasn't there, I don't know what would have happened. But here we go, we're now on the break a little bit, and unfortunately getting tackled then. So back to Syllabus, or whatever his name is.
Nicolas Pepe.
Aubameyang goes from it outside the box. I take the shot on, but unfortunately it won't be 1-0 as the Inter Milan goalkeeper makes a very good save. It was a bit probably direct to the keeper, so I wasn't really stretching the keeper a lot, but another shot from Aubameyang that time did actually do stretch the keeper a little bit more, so working out the keeper's weakness. But back to Aubameyang, third time lucky, and another foul, another free kick. Just shows you that is surely a red card in my opinion.
And it will be a caution for Antonio Rudiger.
So,
He just got himself out of position
yeah.
and tried to play catch up and got it all wrong.
Alright. Patrick Aubameyang will take on a shot, goes for it, and does stretch the goalkeeper, but unfortunately not enough. Just skimming past the post. Little bit wide, not too much in it actually. I think if that was a bit more on target, that would have been in the back of the net then there. So it could have been quite easily 1-0 in this Europa League final. But right now, the scores by the looks of it will remain 0-0 as we go into the second half of the game. But yeah, so possession-wise, we are actually doing the better job. Shot-wise, doing the better job, and shots on target also once again. Offsides 0-0, one corner each so far. But it's the fouls I want to take you to. Three fouls compared to 0. One inside penalty box, one on the edge of the D, and the other literally, well, 36 yards out from goal. So yeah, you know, overall a bit of a, well, I wouldn't say it's been cleaned by Inter Milan, by no means at all, but nonetheless, it's not about, you know, that first half. So now comes down to the second half, because even though we had 3 maybe massive opportunities, none of them actually came to reward us, unfortunately. And yeah, Inter Milan having the, well, I guess getting lucky 3 times, but this time we're in the break and it's 1-0. It's Lacazette who makes it 1-0. And could this be the man who sends us to Europe's Elite Champions League? Of course. If he is, well, that's a huge moment in the sun for Alexandria Lacazette then, as he makes it 1-0. It's his 5th goal in the Europa League, but his most crucial, and Arsenal's most crucial maybe, and that may have been the goal. And I did say we look a little bit more clinical going forward, and that time we were clinical. We got the ball, we got on the break, and yeah. Now Nelson, here comes Nelson. It's our second opportunity. Can we convert? No, we can't. But unfortunately, it will remain 1-0 for Inter Milan. Or fortunately, I shouldn't be saying unfortunately. Fortunately, it will remain 1-0 for Milan. Then here, Inter Milan. So into the box, whipped in by the Inter Milan player as he gets the ball. Oh, Leno again. Legs just comes to the save. Thank God, you know, Leno does keep the ball. But now, since we've gone 1-0 up, it's like Inter Milan have come alive. And that's a penalty. Please, no card. So
it could be his final rebuke, I think, and the referee's making that absolutely clear.
Well, I like that, Derek. Good refereeing. Nice and strong. Told the player exactly what he was thinking.
Here we go. Well, think he's going to go right. He goes left, and it's 1-0. Just like that. Then, so 1-0 then here at the London Stadium. I thought he was going to go right. Maybe I jumped a bit too early. I'm not too sure. I thought he was going right as he was a left-footed player, sorry. But instead he goes left, and really it was only a lucky goal to some degree, off the post and in. But it's 1-0 then here. Obviously, unlike Patrick Aubameyang, this time Lukaku does score from the penalty spot, and yeah, makes it 1-0. On to Lacazette. Lacazette made it 1-0. He almost, 1-0, almost makes it 2-1. So Lacazette getting close again. So Lacazette really is like the player, really, I want to be getting the ball to right now so far in this second half. Because at the end of the day, Lacazette is doing the goods here for us. But here comes Romeo Lukaku. Can he make it 2-1 for his team? Yes, he can. And Lukaku makes it 1-0. Now he makes it 2-1. And this is now game in Inter Milan's hands now. And overall, not entirely sure what's gone on here.
Disappointed with their possession stats, but to their credit, they've been absolutely blistering on.
And
the
here we go,
counter-attack.
another opportunity, but it's another offside.
Yeah, look along the
And
line,
Lukaku
look along
coming
the
off the
line.
bench. Sorry, going onto the bench. Or coming off the pitch. That's what I was going to say. But, yeah. Is it too much, too late? Not too sure. I'm going to bring on Ozil right now, because I feel like we just need something. And right now, sitting back and doing nothing isn't going to solve our problems. So, yeah. I'm going to take off the Real Madrid player. Obviously, he will be going back to Real Madrid, of course. Overall.
And a half-baked clearance. It has to be. And the ball is in the net.
That's the end of the game.
And quite rightly so. What a finish that is.
That is the end.
Well, here's
So,
the replay. It comes off the keeper, and he's every right.
I
to match
honestly
those
don't
defenders
think
off.
we're
There's
going
a
to
second to
come
the
back
end,
from
and it's
this,
in the back of the net.
unfortunately.
So that's a tale of 4 goals in this match now. 3-1 it is.
I don't see a way back for
No bones
us.
about it. This is a thorough thrashing lead.
Well, just have a look at the.
Good visualisation and execution. Martinez. A decisive clearance it was.
So, it will be Inter Milan who
Brozovic.
takes the trophy.
Barella has it. Well, they have the ball once more. Just a couple of minutes left.
Unlike the real life Europa League,
Well,
at least we scored one. But we kept down Inter Milan's score.
Well, they have elected to go to the bench at this stage of the game. Crossed accurately towards the far post. Well, the keeper certainly didn't want to gamble with that, and a corner it'll be. So the corner
So
played
whipped
into
in to the box, and a nice shot by David Luiz, but unfortunately that will be the end of 90 minutes, and it's cheers for Inter Milan, but it's commiserations, and I've just selected post-match interview, which I didn't want to do, but oh well, we'll quickly do it. But overall, can't be entirely pleased with that. You know,
Just a couple of questions
look,
for you.
I'm just going to put it this way. I think overall, first half we were the better team, okay, but okay, I'm not going to lie, okay.
Thanks, that's all.
We were a better team in the first half, but we weren't clinical enough. And in the second half, we just got ripped apart. And yeah, that isn't what I guess many Arsenal fans would want to see. But right, look, I'm actually, even though that was I don't know how I can put it. Because we finished 8th, we've lost the Europa League to Inter Milan. You know, we've been beaten. Okay, but I think the point is, if you look at how I've transformed the squad, even by bringing in 2 new players, it actually has helped a little bit. And I would like to say that this squad is better, even without the 2, let's say, players, Rodrigo and, of course, Carlos. This is a better Arsenal squad. And given that, I'm actually satisfied with the squad we've got right now. I'm a bit more satisfied than what we were, let's say, at the beginning of the season. I feel like we've got a little bit better and a more talented squad. And, you know what, I may actually go out and buy Rodrigo this time, this window, because he's a little bit better. He still shouldn't be too pricey, I wouldn't have thought. And, you know what, I think he should be affordable for Arsenal next season. We'll soon see. Hopefully we keep our job at Arsenal, but I think things will have to improve next season. Obviously, we do need better players. I think, you know, that we will get them. So yeah, I'm not entirely satisfied, but they do hope that we get better results next season. And they want us to stay, which is good. I'm happy that they want us to stay, because I agree to that. and hopefully we do get better results, as the board has just suggested, which we need to do. You know, right, look, in a way we met the target. The target was for last season to finish, well, top 4. That didn't happen, if possible, and I did say if possible, and to get to the Europa League final, and to win, well, I said to win the Europa League, but that didn't happen, but we got to the final. So in a way, I'm going to say, like, we completed our target, or we got 75% of the job done, if that makes sense. But unfortunately, we didn't complete all the job, so we're now back in, obviously, the Europa League, again, for what is another season, which, in a way, I'm not too dissatisfied by it. I'm dissatisfied that we're not going to be in the Champions League, of course, yes. That would have probably helped us a little bit more financially, but I'm not dissatisfied with the actual season performances, especially in the first half. I think we sort of kept on going, and I think we had a lot more games than others around us in that second half of the season. That's why we actually finished, you know, about 10 points behind Wolves, and I think it was 15 points behind, obviously, the top 4. So, you know, there were reasons behind not finishing in the top 4, but overall, okay, you know, I think it's, like, well, I think we're looking good, hopefully, for this season to come as well, and we can do better this season. So, yeah, we're going to enter, obviously, this one, obviously, that's most prize money. That's where the prize money, by the way, will be coming from. So, yeah, we need to skip forward a day just to, obviously, get the sim up and running again, which is a bit weird. You always have to skip forward a day to get properly running, if that makes sense. So, for whatever reason, Rodrigo will still be at Arsenal, even though he's not an Arsenal player right now. And same for Caballos, or whatever his name is. So yeah, really, it's a bit of a weird one, but I'm okay with it. I'm not too disheartened. So yeah, obviously, that's now the looks of our squad. So really, what we need is a new defender, someone who can defend, preferably. What else do we need? We need to probably go get someone else as well. Thinking go for Rodrigo, bring in a defender. How much money do we have? 97 million. So we've got a bit of money, got a bit of cash in the bank. Actually, overall, I think we've got a bit of cash anyway. I will read your comments, so do not worry about that. But yeah, I'll read your comments now if anyone's left any. Let's have a look. Overall, at what comments people have left in the live chat. Do comment down below. Any players you suggest for this Arsenal squad, give me their names. And yeah. How much you want to spend on CB, centre back? Not too sure. Thinking, personally, I'm thinking a few players, but I'm thinking, do we go for a cheapish centre back, so someone who I can probably bring in, you know. I'm going to actually have a look, even at that Inter Milan squad, by the way, because, you know, see what players they've got. Why not take off the best if you aim for the best? Also have a look at AZ Monaco as well. But yeah, overall, probably looking to spend somewhere between 20 and 50 million. I know that's a very wide range of, let's say, money, but because I'm just a bit uncertain on, I want to also get in a midfielder, plus I want to bring in maybe someone who can also do the job also in the attacking front, like Rodrigo, maybe try and get him into the squad. You know, because I didn't actually know how much Rodrigo would cost, so that's why I loaned him out last season. Otherwise, I would have actually probably kept him in the squad or bought him probably. Don't need Neymar. Having a think of Neymar, but no. Would have been actually a pretty awesome move. Right, 27. Okay, we'll shortlist Kimpel or Kimbaby or whatever his name is. Not too sure how to pronounce some of these foreign players' surnames. I don't really watch foreign leagues. We've already got a player. Rugani should be, maybe could be someone we bring. Because obviously we're just wanting to replace David Luiz right now. You know, Mulatto. Have a look at Mulatto. Why not? See who he is. Presume it's Mulatto or Ida Mulatto. I presume you're on about this guy here. Okay, so he's very good, I presume. Release clause 46 mil. Okay, yeah, I understand why you've suggested him now. Thank you for that. That's very useful information, of course. We'll use, obviously, because thing is with Arsenal, they're just so poor. Like 97 mil ain't a lot to potential 88. And now that, obviously, dynamic potential, don't forget that, so really could have a potential of even 90 mil, in this career mode, so, yeah, Boateng, 21 mil, £37 million release clause, not bad actually. That could be actually a very good buy. Or Hernandez, another good 33 mil. Sully, obviously, also, could be also another good player to buy. Just gonna shortlist a few players. Obviously, don't want to go buy necessarily big players right now. Just want to buy get a team that is a little bit stronger than what we already are, because, like, you know, don't get me wrong, David Luiz is a very good player. He played for Chelsea for so many years, actually. Like, one of Chelsea's probably top, wouldn't say top 5, but certainly maybe, he's easily a top 10 player, I'd say, that played for Chelsea, because didn't he play in the 2012 winning squad? I'm pretty sure he did, of the Champions League. Starts as off 81. See, that's a good. He's 81. That's pretty good. Now, a name I did recognise on that squad was Rudiger, and Rudiger, well, he's a good player, ain't he? Now have a look at this centre forward. I like Gutsy, by the way. He's a very good player, Gutsy. I wish actually maybe Chelsea at some point made a bid for Gutsy. I reckon he'd do pretty well at the club. But yeah, AC Milan, have a quick look there for a few players. Then we'll probably don't want to buy anyone off Juventus. Really, personally, Juventus aren't my cup of tea. Overall, they've got good players, but I don't think they're actually that good. Their squad overall, like, okay, Ronaldo, don't get me wrong, he is the best in the world. Well, actually no, Messi's the best in the world. But that's a different debate. Actually, don't need Roberto. Thought he was a centre back. So this is a guy I want to get eventually. Matthias de Legit, as obviously 51 mil. I could go in the bid for him actually now, but the point is I want to get him probably in 2 seasons time, because I just feel like right now we're not in the right position to get Matthias at the moment. Yeah, we're a bit too far away from Matthias, unfortunately, or Matthias is a bit too far away from us right now. He's a world-class player. Should we try and get the Welshman back, Ramsey? Could go in for Dybala, but no. Martial. No, we don't want any more from this Italian league now. Right, as I say, the other players I want is, well, I think we certainly can now make a bid for Rodrigo. But I don't know who to go for, Victus Jr. or Rodrigo. I'm not too sure, because they're both players who certainly, well, I certainly know Rodrigo would come to the squad. I certainly know Victus Jr. would come to the squad. They're both going to cost roughly the same overall. Who's got the better potential? I'm not too sure. It's a tough one overall to choose who I want more. Right, I think we've shortlisted enough players for now. Right, as I said, I want a centre back. So, right, could go in for Sully, but then also I don't want any of our players to go. Right, you know what? I'm gonna go for the player that you've suggested, Chelsea forever. Okay, I'm gonna obviously begin the contract negotiation. Go for that player because obviously you've suggested it. I'm gonna obviously offer. I don't know how much I'm gonna offer. How much should I offer? Let's start off with 30 mil. I don't know whether we're overpaying or underpaying. Okay, I don't want to pay that much. Let's try and get this, well, Zidane to come down a little bit here. Let's see if we can agree on 35 million. Okay, so we're not getting him to come down at to a penny right now. Let's go up a little bit. I don't really want to pay. My budget will be, I don't know how much I would say is enough to walk away. Let's get this part. Okay, so we're going to take some time. So we'll wait till they get back on that player. Obviously, we're going to go also in for Rodrigo. And I think we'll also go for Ramsey. Aaron Ramsey, that is. Try and get, obviously, Ramsey back. Where is Rodrigo? He was in the squad last season. Now, don't tell me I have to try and look for him. Let's submit the search. So I have to shortlist him again, I presume. Rodrigo. Where are you, mate? There you are. Right, shortlist. So, right, we're certainly going to go in for Rodrigo. And that's 100%. So, I don't really want to aim more than 40 mil. We'll wait for, obviously, Milato to come back, or Zidane to come back. So we're going to approach to buy this kid for hopefully 25 million. I think that's where we can get him at. 25 million. Then we have enough probably money in hand to go get Ramsey as well. And then we can play probably a better system overall. Gonna remove the sell-on clause. Remove that 400,000 because that's stupid. Settle on 25 million, mate. There we go. So Rodrigo will come to the club. So Rodrigo is going to be back at Arsenal for the next season, or for this season anyway. So yeah, we got it back in probably one of our best, well, I wouldn't say best players, but he will become one of our best players, one of the youngest players that we'll have in the squad. Probably the youngest, actually. I'm not too sure who's the oldest in this squad. And I'll give him £100,000 with 2 million sign-on bonus. So yeah, I think that should be enough. Yep, there we go. So that is our first signing of the season, of course. So still going to play. I think we'll keep Nelson in the squad because Nelson's improved by quite a bit. So we're going to bring back Rodrigo. Rodrigo's back in the squad for this season. So yeah, overall pretty happy with that. Obviously with Ramsey we're going to wait a little bit more because, you know, I may not go after Ramsey as much. Just waiting for Mulatto. Okay, so right, if we can get rid of, gonna try and negotiate. So they've accepted the actual offer. I'm gonna try and remove the 10% sign-on, sell-on clause, sell-on clause. Remove that, and we'll take that. And there we go. So, Rodrigo, obviously, we will. Sorry, Mulatto. Not Rodrigo. We will take Mulatto. What team do I support? Chelsea. Simple. How can I not support the Chelsea? Of course I do not support Arsenal, but Arsenal are in the worst shape right now, and I will do, by the way, a Chelsea rebuild career mode eventually, but personally don't get me wrong, I don't want to do it now because Frank Lampard is doing a fantastic job with the squad that he's currently got. By the way, my favourite player out of that young group of lads, it'd have to be either between Tammy Abraham or Mason Mount. I like Mason Mount because he reminds me of Frank Lampard, if that makes sense, quite a bit. With Tammy Abraham, I just like Tammy. He's a very good finisher, which he's shown us. He's actually, I think, joint top goal scorer in the Premier League right now, which is pretty good for Tammy. So yeah, you know, overall, I like Tammy Abraham. He's a very good player. I like Mason Mount. Puzzlic is doing a very good job at the moment. He's in good form by the looks of it. So yeah, we do have some good players that are playing very well at the moment, and hopefully they keep up that form because, you know, don't get me wrong, Chelsea are a very, very good squad. Batshuayi is underrated. Actually, I was talking the other day to a guy about Batshuayi. His name's Martin. Very, very nice person. Speaking to him about football, actually, in general, and he was telling me about Batshuayi, how well he did at Crystal Palace, actually, because he used to play for Crystal Palace, if I'm correct. And yeah, you know, or he was loaned out to them or something like that. So yeah, you know, overall, yeah, he is a underrated player. He's good, actually, Batshuayi. Don't get me wrong, I don't think he's our best player to put. Probably, I think Lampard is right to stick with Tammy and Mason, but yeah. So basically, buying Aaron Ramsey. I know that sounds stupid to buy Aaron Ramsey back because he was originally at Arsenal, but he left for this Juventus, of course, for Maurizio Sarri, who actually I'm not a fan of. Actually, I've never been a fan of Maurizio Sarri. Yeah, I was at 3 years actually. I don't know what I was even thinking of, offering 5 years. But oh well. There we go. So there we go. That is a good deal to a degree. I weren't really too fussed on that deal. Right. So now we can sort out this squad a bit now. think we'll play. Not too sure what we'll play. But so I'm gonna try and play the 4-3-3. Probably go for a 4-3-3 attack. So right, Lacazette can play on the right. I'm gonna play Lacazette on the right. Bring Nelson out the squad. Put in Martinez, because Martinez is a goalkeeper. We probably don't need two goalkeepers really. Put in Ramsey now. Put Martinez a bit higher up in this reserves list. Sort of thing. So there we go. Now, right, what position? So Ramsey, Ozil, and Pepe will play there. I think that is okay, ain't it? If I'm correct. So yeah, got a pretty decent back line now. So good news is actually all the players in this starting 11 are overall rated 80 or more. So really, that's a decent lineup actually. But yeah, right, we'll skip to now mid-season, and that's our summer transfer window over, and we'll see how we are, and once we've done that, we'll end the video then there, guys. Send in your questions if you want. Werner. Oh, Werner, sorry. Not Werner, Werner, because it's German. I mean it. Verne or Werner. Yes or no? I think Werner would be a good player, but right now, look, how could you justify to anyone right now, really, to kick any of the players out? I couldn't actually justify to anyone in that squad, apart from maybe our captain, Azar Capella, or whatever his name is, and maybe Rudiger and Zuma. They are the only ones I think right now at threat of losing their position. I think Mount has really done enough to keep his position. I would say who we need to sign is really Sancho. I know that's a very big name, but Jadon Sancho would be a very good signing for Chelsea right now. I don't know whether Callum Hudson-Odoi is actually as good as what everyone is saying he is. Like, I'm just not sold on him. I haven't seen enough of him so far this season. I hope he will pick up later on in the season. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. I'm not too sure. So maybe the right wing spot we need to look at. Pulisic, you know, look, I think we need to stick by him, give him a bit of time. We don't know his capabilities yet. So overall, I think left wing we're fine in. Attack, Tammy's done a good job so far this season, but the question is, can he keep it up? If he can, I think we should stick with Tammy. But I would like to see him score more against maybe a top club like Manchester City, because I don't think he's actually scored against any big clubs yet. Should Chelsea sell Kante? If we don't sell him soon, rather than later, we're not going to have anything to sort of claim back on, if you understand. But right now, no, I think Kante fits Chelsea perfectly, quite honestly. But he hasn't actually played that much either this season. I think, let me just get up his stats here, because obviously I've got the One Football app, which sort of tells me everything I need to know really about the players who play for Chelsea. Now, here it is, N'Golo Kante. He's 28 years old. He's so far started. Let me just check how many games he's had so far. Well, he's got 2 goals. He's played 5 matches so far in the Premier League this season. Now, look, that's due to injury, and he does seem to be injury-prone player. But, should we sell him? 2 goals, it ain't really much to return for. He's got 0 assists so far this season, but it's his tackles which I think, you got to look at, how important. He's so far got 12 interceptions, he's got 80% pass accuracy, which is very good actually, and when he's on the pitch, he's doing a very, very good job. He's got a shot accuracy of 50%, and we saw that goal he scored against Liverpool, which was amazing actually, quite frankly, to make it. I think it was a 2-1 defeat, wasn't it, if I'm correct? So, overall, I think, N'Golo Kante still's got a lot to offer Chelsea, but he's only 28 as well. Like, you got to bear that in mind. 28 years old. And, yeah, he's a very, very good player. I think, yeah, he's a decent player. Should we sell him? Personally, if I was a manager, I would want to keep him. Personally. But yeah. But I do know where you're coming from on that. Should we sell Kante? Because, right, with Hazard, okay, and Hazard's actually having, believe it or not, a terrible season at, so far, Real Madrid. Now, I like Eden Hazard, love him. In fact, he's probably, I think, the best skilled player or one of the best skilled players we've ever had. But he's only scored 1 goal, 1 assist from 7 matches. Now, I know he's overweight or something as well. Champions League, he's not doing better either. So, he's had so far a dreadful season. He's played 13 matches, and he's only got 1 goal and 1 assist to show for it. Now, my theory is, and this is the same thing that's affecting Manchester United with Paul Pogba, I think, at the moment. My theory is, basically, when a player gets so big, okay, a bit like Ronaldo, okay, they effectively become the manager. And what I mean by they become the manager is, effectively, you upset that big player, they'll just upset the whole of the dressing room. And if the whole of the dressing room is upset, effectively, the team sort of implodes. And you could say, in a way, that's happened already to Tottenham Hotspur, because if you look at Tottenham Hotspur and what's gone on there, I know they're trying to get rid of one of their players. Let me check who it is. I know who it is, but not coming to the top of my head. But, they're trying to get rid of, as you know, one of their players. Let me just have a look. Players. So Christensen Eriksen. There you go. Top player, top midfielder. He is, as we know. But, is Christensen Eriksen upset in the dressing room, if you get where I'm coming from? AK, probably not, or Aka, or whatever his name is. Rudiger, yes, I think so, yes. Kante, Jorginho, Sancho, Mount. Yeah, I agree with the rest of them. Tomori, I think he needs more time to develop, so I'd like someone maybe a bit more senior than Tomori, just to give that senior back line. Asapi, no, I think I would want to see someone a bit better in that position. I think the 2 main positions we need to focus on right now is left back, right back, and in fact I'm going to add a third, okay, a central midfielder. They're the 3 positions, and maybe even a goalkeeper, because even though Kepa is a very dear goalkeeper, I don't actually think he's that good. And quite frankly, I think he's one of Chelsea's worst goalkeepers we've ever seen. to some degree because, okay, Rob Green, don't get me wrong, don't get me started about Rob Green, actually, but I don't actually think Kepa's that good. I prefer Cortius over Kepa. I'd actually put Cortius in goal over Kepa any day of the week. Or even David De Gea. I'd put De Gea, the Manchester United goalkeeper, above Kepa. I know Kepa's a very good goalkeeper. Yes, he's Spanish #1 goalkeeper, but I just don't... To me, he's a bit... He'd make me worry if I was a defender. Put it that way. I would not feel 100% with Kepa in goal. Who could replace Kepa? That's a great question. Well, there is a lot. Okay, actually. Hugo Lloris, I think, even though he's injured, when he does come back and at his peak, he is one of the better goalkeepers out there. Neuer's probably getting on a bit, too old, I would say, but if we want someone a bit more experienced, Neuer, okay? How about Donnarumma? You know, he's AC Milan, shouldn't be too dear to get, really, and he ain't at the peak of his career, so it's not like Donnarumma is going to be, let's say, you know, quiet, or, you know, or how about another one, okay, I think his name's Lutin, that's spelled Lutin, okay, very, very good goalkeeper he is, you know, I think, you know, he could be a very good goalkeeper, and Thibaut Courtois isn't really getting much playing time at Real Madrid. He's also another player I think we could even make a bid for to even try and get back. Like, I know a lot of fans would worry. Yeah, that's it. Lewin. Lunin. That's what I meant. Or who I meant. He's a very good goalkeeper. So there are goalkeepers out there to, I think, replace Kepa. Who could replace Kepa. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't think we're ever going to get David De Gea. Like, even though I think in his peak, David De Gea is better than Kepa, personally. I think, you know, there's a lot of goalkeepers that are better than Kepa. But anyway, that's my opinion. You know. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please leave a like if you have enjoyed this video. Until next time, folks, for part number 2, which will be coming out probably, let me just work out when I'm next free. So I'll give you a date, exactly when to expect my next FIFA YouTube video, 18th. That's when I'm next free. So yeah, the 18th, Monday, I'll release another FIFA 20 career mode video. See you all then.